People who do technical analysis, why didn't you warn us? I know there are some technical analysis experts on this sub who can predict exactly what the market is going to do and are probably millionaires from all the successful trades they do. Why didn't you guys give us a little warning that every single alt was about to fall 30? This was your chance to prove to the world how accurate your technical analysis is and shut down the doubters once and for all. What happened? If you did predict this huge drop by looking at lines on a chart, please post proof so I can join your technical analysis class and learn this trading magic. Oh, they dropped? I guess it's time to sell. Thousands of people make predictions and cherry-picking the correct folks in hindsight and idolizing them as seers and sages is an age-old human fallacy. Benjamin Cohen was all the time saying altcoins will bleed. Cold showers and cash is king right now. Mercury was in retrograde, so it was reflecting off the moons of Jupiter, blocking their view of Gemini. Really, people still argue that TA is made to predict? Get it straight, TA will only tell you which would be a good entry point and what the potential of the movement could be. Then everyone is capable of setting SLs in case the trade isn't a successful one. I've made already over $5, listen to me. Technical analysis is not the same as market analysis. It mostly allows to check current behavior, but it does not take into account external events like the SEC suing the world. It is supposed to tell you if the asset is behaving as predicted, you should buy at that price, take profit at that one, and place a stop loss in case it leaves the predicted bracket. See that as counting cards. This is to skew the probability, not perfect predictions. A lot of influencers present is as if they are scientific Nostradamus, however. I think you're confusing technical analysis with crystal ball. Those PPLoons. They can't predict anything. You're right, they should at least able to see 30 drops coming. Fortune cookies are more accurate. Charts are about probabilities where the price might move next, they don't tell you nothing about real-world events. Just like in a poker game, you can calculate your odds, but it's a bit hard to predict that some guy is gonna show up and rob the game. Because this has zero to do with technical analysis. This has to do with the news. News doesn't go into technical analysis at all. You can't predict news. This is obviously big funds or exchanges liquidating everything, causing that massive drop. Maybe because that is complete BS. What is this salty post about? TA is not a magical glass ball that can predict the future, and I don't base my decisions on it. However, I always heard them say that BTC dominance is not high enough yet. Now they also get it wrong. Even the brightest people get it wrong. Everyone gets it wrong. So, trust no one. At least you know who's to blame when you're wrong. I didn't knew that every alt will fall, but I was pretty sure that Doge will fall since it was forming a double top after breaking 0.07000 support level. I made a profit of around 0.0094 cents per Doge in this trade. To be fair, it depends who you follow. The ones I follow posted about weakness in trend, and I guessed BTC would probably go down. But this immense altcoin sell-off. An event you could have guessed as soon as you read the news about the Binance SEC case. Like dominoes, we now see the effect of it all: Robinhood's delistings, institutional crypto programs being shut down. For now there will be not much money flowing from the US and Canada into crypto. Let's see if we break down even lower. Look up Altcoin Reckoning on YouTube by Benjamin Cohen. Literally posted a video about it earlier today, but wasn't predicting today was the day, just a coincidence. Regardless, do you own TA and DD? Don't rely on others for your investments without doing some homework on your own before investing in anything. TA is not used to predict things, it's used to create a trading strategy. By using TA in this bloodbath you could have saved some money with stops. But nobody can ever predict what markets will do. TAs of the sub, show yourselves. Every time I post TA, I get shit on. I gave up in this sub. This is the beginning of a big dump. I'm guessing even if they didn't we would have discarded it. I'm sure Terry's some article somewhere where some lunatic is raving about the price drop only to be laughed out of the room. With all the TA going around, someone is bound to get it right. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. You missed the comedies section. There are a couple of people out there worth watching on YouTube to guide you, but never take anyone's advice outright anyway. I know there are some technical analysis experts on this sub who can predict exactly what the market is going to do and are probably millionaires from all the successful trades they do. Lol. Dan from Crypto Capital Venture pointed out last week that Cardano was looking at 0.28, and this was before the SEC bullshit. Man shrugging. I was sitting up last night and decided after months of back and forth on the sidelines that I was finally gonna start gobbling some stuff up from this newest FUD drop. Then I wake up to see it dropped even more. Never fails, smiley face. Those legendary TAs probably shorted S. There are few that were still looking for that spring. Experts on this sub who can predict exactly what the market is going to do. Lol. According to my calculations, the wiggly lines will keep going to the right of my screen device. Well, you were always told to hold on to Bitcoin. There is that. They didn't warn us because they didn't know. TA is basically just astrology for men. There's a difference between technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Because that's not how technical analysis works. Like at all. How do you predict the SEC coming out and saying that these coins were securities? Technical analysis doesn't work like you think it does. Your Honda goes downhill on Mount Everest in flames at 259 kilometers height, the average consumption isn't gonna be the 6 advertised in the brochure. Technical analysis works in a stable market. TA is not magic to predict the future, just some patterns that tend to repeat when certain conditions are met, and works mostly on historical data. Asking TA to predict lawsuits is ridiculous. And the funny thing is, holders base their crypto will go to New Earth in the future on the same TA. They still need to add an SEC indicator to the magical chart first. TA is scientifically proven to not be usable to predict market movements. Everyone claiming otherwise, or relativizing the above statement is just lying to you or is so new to it to have been lucky so far. Because they are full of shit, most of them. They will blame it on Black Swan event and move on. Why would anyone hold alts at the moment? You want some will continue to bleed against Bitcoin like they have been doing for the last 12 months. I warned people not to buy any ADA after the initial drop, but all it got me was double-digit downvoted and a lot of chat requests. So being bearish is this sub is an absolute no-go. Looking at you, you Putimsl and you Beyonder. I did. And a few other did too. No one cared and I was downvoted. People are stupid, fortunately, that's why I am rich and most people are poor. Lamau, you don't understand TA. It is independent of news, it is an averaging of all trends over time. Some TA could catch preliminary insider trading. But TA can't predict real-world events that are out of ordinary cycles. Bitcoin halving is a standard cycle. USA new king Binance isn't how TA works. TA is about trade strategy and is nothing to do with seeing into the future. Tell me you're ignorant without telling me you're ignorant. I know people don't like Ben Cohen now, but he's been saying alts are going to bleed against BTC for a while now. You'll find your answer with YouTuber Benjamin Cohen. He's been saying for months the alts were going to get wrecked. I know there are some technical analysis experts on this sub who can predict exactly what the market is going to do. Press X to doubt. I think you misunderstood technical analysis and statistics. There is no way anyone can predict the future with 100% certainty. It's a game of probabilities. You're a foo-cent king moron for even thinking this was predictable. Clown.